What's up, guys? LQ here to talk about the first two episodes of The Walking Dead Dead City. Um, Big fan of The Walking Dead. I've created a lot of Walking Dead videos over the years, and I was super excited that they were coming out with this Maggie and Negan centric series. Negan is maybe my favorite character in The Walking Dead, definitely top five. So it was great seeing him back. Two episodes in, I think the show is showing some potential. It's showing some promise. I love finally taking The Walking Dead out of the woods and putting it in a city. That was one of my biggest critiques of The Walking Dead in those last 3 or 4 seasons. Was why are we always in the woods? Why are we always? There's other places in the world. We don't just need to be in the woods. They were always in the woods. So bringing it into a city is fresh. Manhattan, it's fresh, and I'm definitely enjoying it. Definitely bringing them into a new environment is breathing some new life into The Walking Dead. Um, I'm not a fan of how we found. I mean, this takes place, I guess, a couple years after the finale, this the Walking Dead series finale. But Maggie and Negan left on a positive note. They weren't friends, and they were never going to be friends, but there was forgiveness there. Now, a couple years later, they've reunited because Maggie needs Negan, and it just doesn't seem like that forgiveness is still there. Seems like there's still that tension. And I understand Negan killed her husband. There's probably always gonna be tension, but I feel like her character went backwards for the sake of creating some artificial tension in this show. Um, she made a lot of progress in her character. Part of her arc in the last couple seasons was her forgiveness of Negan. Um, maybe not forgiving him, but learning to live with him. She offered him a place at the hilltop. So, I feel like they went backwards for the sake of creating some tension. Felt, guess it just didn't feel that tension was earned. The bad guy, the Croat, um, has ties to Negan. They've already explained what his ties to Negan are. He used to be a savior, and he was too extreme for even Negan, so Negan apparently exiled him, and now he's running some sort of group out of Manhattan. Why they kidnapped Herschel, I don't think they've explained that yet. If they have, they didn't explain it well because I still don't know why they kidnapped Herschel. But Maggie needs Negan to go get her to go save Herschel because Negan knows the Croat, knows how he works, knows who he is, so she needs him. Um, there's been, especially in episode two, there was a there was a couple scenes where we saw hardcore Negan return, and I love that. Negan is a morally gray person, and he's willing to do things that are evil to justify his needs or a greater good. Sometimes it's just his needs and there's no good involved at all, but sometimes it is a greater good. And he did some despicable things in episode two that, bring your umbrellas, right? Um, he did some despicable things in episode two that I was like, that's Negan. And it shook Maggie. You could tell by her reaction to him doing these things that it shook her, that she saw, wow, has this guy changed? This is still him. Um, I enjoy the dynamic. The two of them together is interesting, simply because of their history, and because of that, I've been enjoying the show. I've been enjoying where it's going. There hasn't been a ton of walker action. Not a lot of people have gotten killed by walkers. You'd think in a big city like this, you'd see a lot more walker action. It's very much a human dynamic, where you've got factions of humans working against each other. It's been like that in The Walking Dead for a long time, though, right? The walkers stopped being scary many seasons ago. It's been people versus people, and that's basically what we're seeing here. Um, so it's promising. At this point, it still could go either way. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on the first two episodes of The Walking Dead Dead City? Let me know in the comments below.